love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And my returning subs, thank you so much for the energetic likes, the sharing of the videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. I'm truly appreciated. Anybody who's going through things to get through things. Oh no, I messed up. Go ahead, if you feel comfortable enough to drop a line, please go ahead and do so. If you're comfortable enough to let me know where you're watching this from. Are you from overseas, UK, whatever, or are you in the US? If you feel like being comfortable enough to let me know, please do. And give a thumbs up and share. Anybody who's going through things to get to things, whatever you're going through that you don't speak on and only you and God know about, I'm sending you so much love. Whatever you're needing, don't sleep on yourself. Don't give up. If you need to rest, recharge, recalibrate, and then come right back 10 times stronger than you did when you first left it. I'm sending all that to you, whatever it is: persistence, consistency, discipline, determination, and just optimism. I'm sending that towards your way, a million times fold. Anybody who's coming in nefarious vibes, Decepticon ass energy, hey, we over here making history. We're not becoming bitter, we're becoming better. We got better things to do. So whatever you're trying to send towards me or towards the collective, it's just not, we're not consuming that. In the video that I'm doing today, Twin Flame 101, Heyokas, you're unlearning what we shouldn't have normalized in the first place. Ooh, child. It's like when you're going through things and I mean you having to reprogram yourself. A lot of times we can be hard on ourselves, like, why can't we just get rid of that feeling today? Why do I feel so drawn to that? Why do I still feel hurt? And it's just a lot of times, if you have gone through things where people didn't validate your didn't respect, when you felt hurt, when you felt being used or betrayed or or manipulated or something, and it becomes like, get over it. People, I went through a lot of things. Like, I had a lot of death surrounding me, and I always used to tell, get over it. People die all the time, whatever, it's okay. But other people, they can get grieved. They get grieving and say, oh, you want to go out to eat, you want to get ice cream. And I'm looking at all this, I'm like, man, I lost 2 best friends back to back to back, and I'm just still grieving over my mom, and y'all tell me to get over it, and then somebody else get, blessed with a gifted an ice cream sundae or something like that. It would be just some real messed up stuff. And I normalized that I always put my feelings aside. Like, my feelings didn't matter, everybody else's did. I had to be able to go over, get over things when I was grieving, and I never got a chance to really, sit there and just really grieve. It took me a long time to be able to do that, but it was always brought to me, you have to earn your love. That's not given. That's a privilege, and you're not privileged for that. I mean, I used to be talked down to like that. And when I started normalizing that, I always constantly put my happiness aside for everybody. I was always sacrificing my time for other people, and I wasn't always getting that back. I was always that person that was like Mrs. Reliable. You've probably been known for that. It's like, oh, Roslyn's that person to go to. A lot of people used to tell me different things that they weren't comfortable enough telling their family or, the people they were closer to like that. They always told me, you don't speak on the things that I tell you, and you don't judge me. I feel so comfortable with talking to you. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you get that as an empath, like people just tell you their whole life story and you don't even know them, and it'll be, you never know, they may have been praying, I need somebody to really hear me or understand. It'll be a lot of different times I made videos, and people were like, Roslynn, I was like stuck and confused for a good minute, and I watched about 4 or 5 of your movies, 4 or 5 of your videos, and do you realize you done took care and answered like about 3 years back of all the different things I was questioning, and you just made so much sense out of it, because I don't use all these big words. I use them But it's like, I like to be simple about it, just being able, hey, you're going through this, it's transportation, or, people like always trying to elongate something to really just, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time for all that. I just say it, cut short, sweet. I've been just doing that. But it was just a lot of things. A lot of times we can be hard on ourselves because you have been programmed, you have been taught, you have been exposed to certain things. Like, what the hell was I normalizing this for? When you went through that awakening, you start seeing every aspect of your life that really needs a do-over, really needs a reset, or hit back at one and go ahead and break that mess down. We are clearing down everything because it's like you started your foundation. You may not have known where your purpose is. I know I didn't know where mine was. I didn't know where it was taking me to. It would be different things I would speak on with my videos, and it was like, I'm so passionate about it because it would be different things. It's like, it's not to rub up in somebody's face of this is who I'm related to, or these are the different things that I went through. It was something about, it don't matter who that person is related to, whether it's a celebrity or not, they're still people, it just got a lot more O's than a lot of other people behind their name. They're still people. We all go through different things. Sometimes it's just out in the spotlight. There'll be sometimes I'll be looking at certain celebrities, and I feel so bad for them. I said, this stuff like happens every day, but it's just like whoever this person is now is just like it's under a microscope. This is stuff we've been going through for years. But if it's somebody that's out in the limelight, oh yeah, it's gonna get a lot of coverage. There's gonna be a lot of judgment. Be a lot of smear campaigns or different conspiracy theories of why this happened or that happened. And all that. And it was just a lot of things I had to really learn. I'm just finding out about different stuff that was just passed down the bloodline. We dealing with a whole bunch of abandonment issues going down the generation. Not being aware of your awareness within your life, being true to yourself, healing from different things that, doesn't value you in your life, not cutting people that didn't, not bleeding on people that didn't cut you, all these different things you starting to learn into your life. It's like when I started learning about narcissism and narcissistic traits, people can fall under so many lines of narcissism. I'm still doing research and stuff on stuff like that. And it was like, dag, I relate to things like that. Or, dag, I had this happen to me. Or, oh my God, I'm appalled. I'm clutching my pearls. God rest your soul, mama. But, it was those different things that I had to unlearn. Like I've told y'all before, I even had to sit down with my kids years ago. And this is like, I know I exposed y'all to a lot of things that I went through with toxic relationships and stuff like that. And, spoke harshly to you, and it was just me being straightforward, me very blunt. I didn't coddle, I supported my kids, gave them comfort when they needed to, but was very stern, and then when I started noticing there was a lot of things that was very toxic, that I passed down, and this was something I had to ask forgiveness for my kids. It's like, I tell anybody, if you are going through a lot of changes in your life, and you have children, and I mean small, impressionable children, it broke down for me. That's why I try to teach a lot to my kids, when it comes to my grandchildren that I have, and I don't want them repeating the different things that I have. Like, hey, don't yell at them like that. Like, Mom, you used to do that. And yeah, look how you turned out. Don't do that. I don't want them turning out like you, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I don't want that damaged part of you. You're a beautiful person. I didn't create something that was ugly. You are somebody beautiful, but it was a lot of things that weren't so pretty that you might have been exposed to. So it's like when you have young children, you got to understand the development is not just what we teach them, like what they learn in school, what they learn at home, the value, the morals, the respect, the comfort, the support, all those different things. And if it's like you're in a toxic environment, we'll start noticing, we will start picking that same kind of, people in our lives that we became accustomed to growing up. Type of vibrations that we were exposed to that we thought was normal. It's like when I always used to hear about it, it's like, I started going through a lot when I was a kid, like normal kids do. But it'll be different things that I would get punished for that you shouldn't have been. Like, why are you punishing her for that? You know, it'd be different things that was just totally out of my control I got punished for. And I never knew why. But it was just, it was me where I couldn't speak up for myself. Or if I did, I had to dumb it down a lot for me to, you know, I was supposed to be known as the ghetto girl, the ratchet, and everybody else is like dainty and superior, and I'm beneath them. Me and my children were beneath certain people. And I never knew why I got that kind of treatment. You know, why their friends and stuff like that, or people that they were related to, would treat me and my kids like that. My kids would be like, Mom, why do they treat us differently like that? And I didn't know. And when I started finding out about my life, and I was like, oh, this is about jealousy. I was just like, where my mom, and then went right back to what my mom had told me, you know, saying that you're you know, your pappy, and I don't even call that man my pappy. He was just the experience of a wake-up call. You know, him and his wife, you know, they were extremely jealous just because of who your father was. And they hated him for that, and they hated you for that. You know, anything that you projected out that reminded them of that, they dumbed that mess down, or they threatened you to put it out. Don't you dare. And I was like, there were certain things, and it's like I had to be able to relate. I love who I am. I have no shame about how my life was. I'm not going to say I have no shame, and then, you know, I did what I did. There's a lot of things that I did that was kind of dumb. You know, I'm like, oh, I won't never do that again. But this is what you learn. You know, I was like rock bottom, you know, and still coming up. I was in rock bottom for a long time. And this situation got me to the bottom of the barrel of just finding out everything I had to find out. That was just heartbreaking and just effed up in the worst way. And me having to learn, I'm going to build my life up the way I see fit. Everybody wanted to paint the narrative of me being this most awful person and all that. And I mean, these are people I don't even talk to. I don't even see in years, but it would be people that I was related to, that I didn't talk to, and they knew something was up. You know, like, hey, why isn't Roslynn around? Well, I ain't seen her in a long time. What did y'all do? And they were like, well, it was her. It was, For her to not come here, I ain't seen I ain't seen my niece and my grandnieces for some years. What did you do? And it would just be, my auntie was woke, and I didn't even know that. I wish I did before she passed away. But then she found out, you know. I mean, I didn't think angels could be able to use the language she used where she was at, but she did. But it's just like, you know, learning, you know, unlearning the things that was very toxic. You know, unlearning how to not play small for yourself. Not dim your light because that makes other people uncomfortable. No, we're not doing that. Raise your shit up. You know, meet me where I'm at. I'm not going down there. I need you to come up. Now it's at that point, you know, like me. You know, sometimes people be able to pull me down there, you know, matching energy. I'm not about that life anymore. If we on this vibe to where we're learning off of each other, and I mean, not competition, not jealousy and envy or comparison, but you're growing like I'm growing. There's different things that you're aware of and you're very strongly woke to that may be my Achilles. There may be certain things I know that you don't know that may be your Achilles. We all students and teachers here. You know, when you're learning and growing, like, I'm not dimming my light for you. If you don't like it, sit down. Don't call me. Don't come for me. I didn't call you. I'm not sitting back seat in my life. People want to be able to, you know, this is your ship, and people get mad because you are determined to be captain. Look, Gilligan, get your ass with you and Bonnie Sue and Lou over there and sit back and relax. You know, you on these things where now you're seeing, or people wanted you to dim your light, wanted you to not talk about the little indiscretions. We got to keep this in the family. What goes on in here stays in here. Yeah, until it gets to a certain situation or certain aspects to where my life is becoming in danger. Or, you know, y'all are depleting me. You know, it gets to that point where even it'll be hard for you to go through things, and then you got toxicity in the family and you feel like you're obligated to still deal with family members because they're family. If you are still up under their roof and they still pay your bills, you know, and they giving you food, clothes, whatever, I don't know. You gotta talk to a counselor about that. I don't know. But if you're grown and people still want you to stay small, because it'll be just certain things where I feel like people don't pay the narrative about you. Like, they sniffed you out a long time ago. You got people going to the Akashic records on your ass, trying to figure out, like, hold up, that person played bad. We can get them to confuse the hell out themselves. Like, no, that's not what it is. Even when you see it clear as day, they may have been able to get you to second guess yourself. Well, maybe I didn't hear that. Or maybe that didn't happen. Like, hell nah, I was there. You were there too. I saw that. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit up here. He's like, no, you didn't see that, right? Nah, I saw that. I really saw it. You got different things like that. And I'll tell anybody, if you know something happened to you, this changed your aspect of life where you don't want to be touched. You feeling it'll be at that point where you don't went through some stuff. You almost seen yourself being another Arlene Warnos. Whatever that woman was when she went in Florida, taking all them folks out, being like that. Because of stuff she went through. You almost seen yourself going through that, just how bad it was. There's many people I talk to. I don't even understand how the hell y'all made it out. But it's just like, that's what you were built for. You have been placed in a position to have a purpose that so many people will see as impossible. There ain't no way in hell you can recover from that. This happened, there ain't no way in hell you can make something beautiful out of something that was broken. Or something that was just... ugh. But you were picked for that. When you started seeing the things, and sometimes you feel like, and I'll be like that too, and I gotta chin check myself. There'll be sometimes you feel like life is just, it feels like it's not getting any better. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm forgiving, I'm letting go, I'm cutting ties. Why does it feel like life is getting worse? Baby, because you are getting better. You are standing in your damn truth. You are being authentic. That light is bright. Girl, man, whatever, bro. Your ass about to have your own electric company. I'm like Georgia Power down here to be Clyde Power down there. Or Josephine Works here. It'd be something like that. You got your own light bulb version of you. It'd be shine bright like a diamond. It'd be one of those different, like, yeah, bitch, can you turn that shit down? Damn, you bright. It'll be one of those things. But no, don't turn that mess. Turn it up. Keep turning it up. I like that. I said, shoot, give me a little tan or something like that. I'll put some shades on, but I still got you, boo. Whatever. But it'll be those different things. I'll tell people, if there's something that happened to you that makes you very weary about having relationships with people, because sometimes this hits home. This is in family, and you feel like if family can do you like that, what the hell you think strangers can do? And a lot of times we find out the most loving people are strangers. The most things that people hurt you is running in the damn family. Closer. You think the enemy is that? Oh, it's inside. Inside job. Anything that happens like that when it comes to generational curses, baby, it's an inside job. There are people that are just okay with being okay with playing toxic. It gets them views, it gets them likes, it gets them attention. People start feeling sorry for them. They're the victim or they're the superhero. Like one of those things. They can't be seen as the villain. They don't want to do that. But you're going through things and you've seen in life like, damn, I used to tolerate that. Or there's certain connections and relationships and habits I had. I had to be on the most strongest rubes with the heavy D. Hold the heavy D. God rest his soul. But it's the D with the rugs. You had to be on one. I'm like, how the hell did I normalize that? How did the core of me was able to digest and sit there and entertain that for that long? Now there's a lot of things I will call your ass out. Like, no, that's not, no. Here, I got it right here. Now tell me you didn't say that. Or tell me I didn't see that. It's right there. Be one of those different things. I'll call you out. I'm a whistleblower. Yeah, I'm a whistleblower. I'm a truth teller. I'm about to do that. Anything that I know is going to create healing for me. And I know this could be something that somebody else may be going through and don't have that strength or knowledge or education on how to make the steps to get out of situations. You know, it will be just certain situations that I see on here, and I get so triggered by that, where you see people trying to control people's lives, or have that I can't have you, nobody else will, or you belong to me. I belong to God. That's the only way. And I didn't come out of that, and I ain't come out of this. No, we're not doing that. It'll be just in your life where, I mean, there'll be certain things like, how the hell was I able to normalize that? There'll be so many things that you can feel like life has not been changing. You don't realize those situations are supposed to change you. You're not supposed to save that. You weren't supposed to heal. Well, never mind. Don't say that, heal that. Because you were. You weren't supposed to save certain people or certain situations. It was there for you to recognize what was in you. You were neglecting. You were holding back on yourself. You know, I remember how I used to be that person that, you know, used to be in groups, and we would have like lives, and we would just talk about different things that was the topic of the day, and I was really engaged with it, and just being able to have that kind of knowledge of quantum physics, you know, conversation. It was very deep. But there'll be certain people, because I was like right on it like that, but I gave other people a chance to talk where we're all talking. And this would be live for other people, you know, putting it on, unless you were on the, you know, on that set for you to be able to do it. And I would see certain people, well, certain females that will get very agitated by just the things that I said. It's like, is there something that you don't know? I don't know, but if I don't know it, I want to learn. And I would just, that's what kind of vibe I was getting off, just because that, you know, I knew my shit. And then it just so happened I wasn't aware that a lot of my subscribers that I was like, that I'm, you know, I connect with here, was on that side like, oh my God, Roslyn's here. That I was like, girl, you didn't tell me that. I said, well, I didn't even know you were a part of that group, you know. So, I mean, it was a last minute thing for me or whatever. So it was just like being on that. It was good, but it was at times my experience that I didn't know. I mean, people put me on blast. Like, I mean, you showing all my pictures on my Facebook cover. Like, why you putting my business out there like that? They wanted everybody to know who the hell I was related to. And that was a trigger. So it was like, you talking about all these things, and some people are already feeling some type of way. But then there's some people that was giving me my props. It's like, you know, Roslynn makes some bomb-ass Heyokas videos, and I've been with her since the beginning. She's a cool soul. She's, you know, she's really beautiful, and she know about what she talk about. You know, she's very transparent. And that made me feel good. Because there'll be a lot of times, like, if people understanding it, getting it, you know, because it's hard being a content, you know, creator. It's not easy for us to do that because there's so many of us out there. Like, everybody is becoming your own boss. Or you becoming self-made. You're creating these different things. And, you know, it's like, man, I want to be a content creator. What am I going to do? What's my purpose? You know, it'll be something that you're working towards. It can get you different resources, endorsements, and stuff like that. But it was just like, I never thought I would be doing this. It's almost close to it. In April, it'll be, you know, well, actually, no, in January. I think it was January, April. I can't remember. But it was around that time. It'll be 9 years. It's either January or it's April. And I started doing my videos, and I didn't realize, I would have never thought, somebody would tell me, Roslynn, you're going to be a content creator, you're going to do podcasts and stuff. I ain't did my podcast in a long time, but it's still out there. I didn't realize it was on so many podcast stations. I'm like, oh shit, didn't know. But this is the thing that made me feel good about myself, because it's just like, you got a knack for talking, and then you always give a different perspective that it can be more understandable. Because a lot of times it look good on paper, it look good on TV when people using these long, you know, elongated words or whatever, and they knowing their verbiage and stuff like that, you know. But it was me, I'm like, I'm not trying to make everything, you know, so serious, you know. I'm like, yeah, you know, I went joke mode, why so serious, you know, went like that, you know, the Heyokas vibe. We know our shit, but we gotta put a little joke and a whole lot of he and a hefty ha in there in some kind of way. We don't want to be so serious all the time. You gotta be able to joke. There's sometimes when you want to cry, you're upset. There's sometimes I put the most stupidest thing on, or I think about the most funniest thing, or like one of my spirit guys, like my dad, he'll do something real corny and say something to me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna laugh. He said, you know, you want to, baby. I'm like, no. You know, I'll be mad as hell. I'm like, leave me alone. He said, see, I know I can get you to laugh. I'm like, you corny. He's like, yeah, but you love me though, and it got you to laugh. You know, because he used to hate seeing me upset, and I'll be hearing him. And then it will be either I'll smell him or a certain song will pop on and I know that's him. But, you know, it was just a blessing to be able to have those kind of connections. You know, like I've told y'all before, I connected with a lot of subscribers on here where their loved ones has crossed over and I brought them there. Like, hey, you know, your awakenings come up. I need you to go see Roslynn. You know, it'll be different things. And I'm like, don't tell me anything. Wait a minute. Or you tell me something and I'm like, make sure you kind of, you know, don't tell so much. Got to be able to tell you something else. You know, so you don't like, oh, they got that from, you know, how I responded to my, you know, in my letter or my email or my text or my DM or whatever. I'm like, nah. And they were like, how are you able to do that even through text messages? I don't know. It'd be some things I would know. There is no way in hell I know, but I would know. And I was just like, well, you know, you're on that, you know, you're on that journey of really knowing yourself like that. And if your family is really like wanting you to educate yourself like that or connect with people that are like-minded to where you need to be, or you're already there and you just don't realize it, we need something to have to be that destination point, you know, that finish point, whatever you want to call it, you know, for you to get on that vibe like that. And I mean, there's so many, you know, beautiful memories I have where I can just tell people, and it would blow my mind for the things I would say. You know, especially when I used to be on live. When I used to do my lives all the time. And it would be just certain things. It was like, it was crazy because it's like a whole bunch of Heyoka empaths in there. The energy was intense. It was just really intense, but it was beautiful. You know, we had a fun time. We laughed, we joked, you know, conversed and stuff like that. And I miss that. But, you know, it's just going through all these different, you know, stages of your life of becoming who you truly needed to be to the core. And there's times that you're going to go through things and it's going to be very hard, like, you know, especially if you've been through a lot of trauma. You know, I've gone through a lot of stuff and I'll feel like, okay, I got over that, or hey, I made peace with that, I let that go, you know. And there'll be sometimes it can put you through a whole bunch of emotions, and allow yourself to sit with those emotions. Don't become it, but allow yourself to. It's like you validating towards yourself, that really hurt me, or that violated me in some kind of way, that disturbed me. But then you're allowing yourself to say, I'm allowing myself to feel that feeling. I'm validating my feelings, because a lot of times we will repeat things over and over and over that truly hurt us. And you're trying to understand, why do I keep repeating that? Because you weren't feeling like you were heard. When you do stuff like that, you are not being heard. People, they downplayed your feelings. They downplayed you know, like, where you been? Oh, you're so sensitive. Well, you know, why are you making this so much more serious than it needs to be? You know, you're just a attention seeker. You know, you're being too sensitive. And it's just like, they know exactly what they're doing. You know, you normalize stuff like that. And now it's just like, I don't second guess myself. If I know that there's something that's going to bring up the value of me, you know, you're creating standards, you're having boundaries, you're learning how to say no. Moving in silence, not letting the left hand know what the right hand doing. People can't stop what they can't see. You know, there may be different times, especially when you're dealing with family. You know, a lot of times they reaching out, and it'll be, sometimes it feel like you just in attack. Like, what did I do to have everybody, you know, hate me? Why does everybody not want to talk to me? You don't know. But it's just like, anytime you are being transparent and you're keeping it real, you're not giving a damn about any kind of external validation. You validate you. You're in self-awareness, self-love, self-respect, self-worth. That can trigger a lot of people, because it's sad, people will drop out your life. And that is a hard pill to swallow, because that gives you an understanding. When you start putting those boundaries up and you stop sharing all your business about what you had going on in your life, and you start seeing how things will get foobarred left and right, but now you being quiet. You celebrate your happiness on your own. You know, and I know sometimes it's like, if you're married, I'm not telling you to keep secrets from your partner and stuff like that. But a lot of us, well, I don't want to say us because I'm not married. A lot of us are in toxic marriages, karmic marriages. These people don't want to see anybody to see you in the standard that's going to make you glorify something else that they want to hide. Put it that way. Because you could be the golden child, the goat. Well, you are the goat. I ain't going to say that. You are the golden child. You're the goat. Because you're the one that they picked to square all this up. They knew we can put your ass through some stuff, but you're going to overcome this, and it's going to shook everybody. It ain't going to shock everybody. It's going to shook everybody. Because you that OG, you know. You tell it how it is. You don't like, I see it how it is. I'm going to say how it is. I ain't going to, yeah, you're right. Nah, hell with all that. Nah, I don't agree. We can agree to disagree, but I should be able to be honest about that and you not be offended because I didn't agree with you. It'll be certain things like that. I used to get in trouble because I didn't agree with certain things. I said, but how are you going to make me agree with something I don't agree with? You know? When I started speaking up on my own and thinking on my own, that pissed a lot of people off. But you'll start seeing the people when you put your boundaries up. You're not sharing. You cutting off supplies from people because there was so many. You'd be amazed how many people were siphoning you just because you got that good. You know the good in the spirit. Those different things. But you going through those different things, and now you're in that vibe where you understand where you want your life to be. And maybe it still be unfolding where you're just still learning on your own. But trust and believe. These are blessings that were dipped in all kinds of disguises. And you're getting there. So congratulations. Much love. Namaste. Shalom. I say, God bless. I love y'all so much. If you would feel generous enough to, donate to the channel or talk on email and stuff like that, all my handles is in the description box below. Much love to you. God bless. Peace.